In this video, we'll talk about the first component of functional fitness, power. When you first think of the word power, you may think of the word strength next. When it comes to working out, though, this isn't the case. Power and strength are two different aspects when it comes to exercise, each targeting and influencing different parts of the body. What is power? Power refers to your speed in doing something. When you're performing an act at high speed and fluency, such as jumping and running, this is referred to as your power. Power does have other meanings in other situations, such as the power or influence you have over someone or a certain situation, but this does not apply to exercise. When you say that somebody is powerful in terms of their physique, you refer to the speed it takes someone to do something. To clarify this point, consider the following example. When you're capable of doing 50 push-ups continuously, you're considered strong because of this capability. If you could do 50 push-ups in 2 minutes, you'd be considered strong. But if the person next to you can do 50 push-ups in half that time, they would be considered more powerful than you. The same applies even when you're competing in sports. If you're swimming, if you and another person can only do 5 laps in one go, you're both as strong as each other. But if the person swimming alongside you can do it in 7 minutes while you do it in 10, they're more powerful than you. You can have the same level of strength as someone, but not the same level of power. Having the same amount of strength as someone isn't that hard to achieve as you may think. When it comes to having the same amount of power, though, it becomes very challenging to find someone on the exact same level as you. Don't get the wrong idea, though. Power and strength are both connected. Power is actually a combination of speed and the strength you have in order to do something. Without adequate strength, you won't have any power to exert. You'll also find that over a period of time, you'll lose your power faster than you lose your strength. This is because over time, your body adjusts to wielding the strength it has. But as your body's original shape deteriorates over the years, your joints and muscles don't react as quickly as they would have done before. Power is much harder to maintain than your level of power. The most common way to enhance your power would be by applying heavier weights to your workout so that you can perform your actions with greater resistance. To further understand why you need to maintain your level of power, think of all the places where you need to be quicker and have more speed. Power in your daily life. Have you ever watched the public bus drive past when you need to catch it and broken into a run? This is where your power would heavily influence whether or not you catch that bus. Most people have the strength to run across the street, but not everyone has the power to run across the street fast enough to catch the bus. If you do, then all is good for you. You'll reach work on time. But for those who don't, something has to change, perhaps getting a car. Or you can develop greater power to enhance your strength and speed. With all things you do, there's a certain amount of strength and ability required. Moving around items in your house requires strength you may not use on a daily basis. Cleaning, for example, sweeping and dusting depend on a consistent movement of swaying your arm to and fro. You can have this strength to do so continuously, but do you have the power to do it quickly enough? With power comes more valuable time in your grasp. How so? Think of all the things you have to do in one day. There are some things that will inevitably take time, like driving during traffic, waiting on the elevator, and holding your spot in line during rush hour at the cafe. But during the day, there are things you can control, such as climbing the stairs, walking, or even getting ready in the morning. If you can better the actions you have control over every day, you can spare yourself more time and energy for those things beyond your control. With more time, you'll also have more stamina for the rest of your day. Some people are pooped after their daily morning routine, and if that's you, then there's no way you're getting through the day on an energized, positive principle. You shouldn't be crawling on all fours to get through your day. You should be walking with stride each day, invigorated and prepared for the following days. This is why you need power throughout your day. You don't have to be a strong man to have power. Any ordinary person can enhance their power to become a better, more efficient version of themselves. Through progressive workouts, you can improve your performance. Think of power as the applications on a device to ease your understanding. Your phone would be your strength. With your phone, you're able to call people anywhere you go. With applications, you're allowed to do more at faster speeds. You have access to social media and games. The more applications you have, the more you can do in less time. With only a phone, you have a base. With applications, you build up on that base to make it stronger. Power moves. A note to remember, when it comes to most exercise moves, they've already combined all four components of functional fitness into the exercise. The following exercises are examples of those that you can use to gain benefit in all fields, including power, with these reasons further explained. 1. Jump squats. Jump squats are great for enhancing your core and leg power. This gives you the strength to withstand the resistance of squatting or simply bending down. With this move, you can bend your knees easier, knees being a primary area that wear out the fastest. You don't have to jump in this move if it's your first time. You could simply squat to alleviate the strain off this motion. 2. Dumbbell curl. This move is by far the easiest to introduce to your workout. Take one dumbbell in each hand and curl your arms at a steady pace. This helps you improve your general arm strength. With this, your arms won't succumb to heavy burdens when you pick up larger objects. The dumbbell curl can be made harder by holding your positions longer, introducing squats alongside the move, or by lifting the dumbbells over your head and then dropping them before curling your arms. Of course, all of these moves should be done after you're properly accustomed to regular dumbbell curves. 3. Plyo-lateral lunge. Rather than the usual lunge facing forward, take your lunges to the side. Stand straight with your arms down. Move your left leg outward to the left. Stretch your left leg out so that it is straight, but your right leg is bent, and go as far down as you comfortably can. This will help your legs adapt to a side movement and strain from the upper body. This can help with extending your leg and bending down. When you feel comfortable with this move, introduce weights or resistance bands under your straightened leg. This will help the buildup of power in your legs. 4. Burpee. This move is both as classic as it is functional. Your entire body is accustomed to general strain, from crouching to bending down to jumping, all in one fluent move. Start by going down with your knees bent to your chest, and then pump them out so you're in a planking position. After doing this, bring your legs back to your chest and jump upwards. As soon as you land flat on your feet, repeat this cycle. To make this slightly more challenging, bring your knees up to your chest while you're jumping. That way, your jumps have a stronger spring to them. In this video, we'll talk about the second component of functional fitness, strength. Next on the list of components is the mighty force of strength. Strength is what most people tend to pay attention to, though it isn't the only thing that makes you a stronger person as a whole. Strength is the foundation you want to be sturdy and reliable in order for you to build over it. What is strength? Strength has been mentioned in the previous chapter quite a bit, but never properly defined. Strength, when it comes to fitness, is defined as exerting force against some kind of resistance. Everyone has their own level of strength, some greater and some lesser. In your daily life, if you pay close attention to all you do, you'll come to realize that there are many times when you apply strength. You'll also notice that not all strength is the same. There are different types of strength that you apply every day, those being 1. Maximum strength. This is the most amount of strength you can possibly exert in one go. Rolling your sleigh down the slide, you'll want to have used your maximum strength to get the best push down for more fun. It's all you can do in the moment, and if you have great strength levels, that's a lot of fun down the hillside. 2. Elastic strength. This one needs slightly more explanation. Think of an elastic band and how fast it reacts when you let it go. It reacts similar to a whiplash for a fast and extremely hard impact. When you have elastic strength, it means you're capable of reacting to resistance with a fast or elastic contraction. 3. Strength endurance. This is the ability to repeat an action over and over at the same consistency. Think of a baseball player mainly looking at the pitcher. Every time they throw the ball, they're expected to throw it at the same speed and force as the last time they did before. This is where you'll note their strength endurance. All these types of strength have their own focused exercises that help enhance your durability in these fields. Without these strengths, there'd be a lot you wouldn't be able to do. They can also be specialized in. So if you only work on your strength and endurance, you may not have optimum elastic strength. When it comes to all strength training, you focus on the muscles connected directly to your bones. These are the muscles that work directly with your movements and therefore have greater impact on how strong the outcome of your movement is. Strength training is often the first item on any workout list, since it's the foundation of all physical ability. When you have a sturdy enough base, you can move on to other focal exercises that center other objectives to be dealt with. If strength training isn't what you primarily targeted, then you may encounter issues with other workouts that turn out to be specialized in focusing on other functional aspects. Strength in your daily life. You don't have to go to the gym to be strong. Strength applies to all aspects of our life. You can be emotionally strong, mentally strong, socially strong, and more. In this case, you're concentrating on your physical strength. Physical strength is used in every move you make. When you walk, run, jump, heave, and shove, you're using your strength to do so. When heaving large boxes, you'll be using your maximum strength when picking one up. After that, it's maintenance of your strength level to carry the box to where it needs to be. If you do this action over and over again, you'll be using your strength endurance to withstand the constant strain created by the additional weights. If, for instance, the box slips from your hands while you're walking, you use your elastic strength to stabilize your grip. As soon as your box starts slipping, your reaction timing and elastic strength would work together to make sure you don't completely drop the box. All of your strengths work together every day to make sure you're always ready to take the load of the day. Another thing to note is that not all strength is trained with weights, but mainly resistance. Making the break between your exercises and repeating actions intensely are great ways to enhance your performance. Core workouts and complex sessions with greater variety all cover the muscles you need to bulk when working out. Strength workouts should never be intense when you're starting out. They should be easy, low-level workouts with minimal variety. Your body needs to accustom to the new impact the workout is going to leave on you. You might have to take a break for the next 1 or 2 days if you're starting anew. Strength moves. Strength exercise should always target your entire body. Since strength has to be your foundation for all your physical activities, it's better if you get all the body parts pumped and ready for action in one go. Most exercise moves that emphasize strength will recommend the use of weights. So when it comes to creating a heavily strength exercise routine, weights, resistant bands, and yoga balls are your keys to finding the right way to truly test your limits. 1. Single leg bridge. In this move, you'll be coordinating your leg and core for dual coverage. Lying face up, lift your leg until it's at 45 degrees into the air. Then lift your stomach a little to raise your leg higher. This move should be done as a pump so that there's more burn with each repetition. This move helps coordinate the core with the legs, resisting strain and pressure. You can implement this move with a crunch or with leg weights to make it more intense. 2. Split squat. With this squat, you make it harder for yourself, creating more strain and resistance. For this move, you're not going to need weights, but a chair. Placing the chair behind you, place your foot on it so that one leg is bent and the other is straight. Then step forward and squat with the leg not on the chair. Do this with the other leg, swapping them to and fro until you feel the intense burn. This means the workout is working and you're developing better leg strength. 3. Glute bridge. With this move, what you'll be doing is lying down on your back and lifting your glute only in a pump movement. This will strengthen your core as a whole for whenever you're going to bend or stretch your stomach. You can place weights in your hands while lifting your stomach, lifting the weights to increase both your arm and core strength. 4. Bent knee calf raise. For this workout, you're going to need a box to step over. Stand straight on your box, arms straight down and legs spread shoulder width apart. Have a weight in each hand while they hang. Lift one of your legs up and bend slightly down on the one still on the box. Do this on each leg, one after the other, for greater effect. In this video, we'll talk about the third component of functional fitness, range of motion. Next along the list of what contributes to your functional fitness workout is your range of motion. Your range of motion is defined as the measurement of movement around a specific body part. What is range of motion? Think of how far you can stretch your leg over the stairs. You might be able to stretch your leg to the second step. You might make it to the third. If you're tall enough, stretch all the way to the fourth, but keep in mind, you're using your range of motion as you're doing this. Range of motion can be associated with your flexibility, but they aren't entirely the same thing. Flexibility is the abstract movements your body can perform. Range of motion is quite literally the range of how far you can go. So, when you work on your flexibility, you're also working on extending your range of motion. Your range of motion is what allows to extend your reach and keep your limbs alive, ready, and always moving. Your range of motion relates to how well you can move around, how far your reach can go. Being strong is great, but if you can't reach the top shelf without stretching a muscle, then you're missing out on a few vital exercises. Range of motion mainly comes from stretches. You should occasionally stretch your limbs in all directions where you can comfortably go. This way, you keep a hold of your range of motion. Range of motion is as easy to lose as your power is. Once you've lost the flow or routine of strengthening, it's really hard to get it back. Range of motion may not seem that important on its own, but combined with the other components of functional fitness, it really makes the difference between one person and another. You may have immense power and strength, but without a decisive range of motion, you'll never be the best runner since your legs aren't accustomed to taking such large steps. With power and strength, you can run consistently at a fast pace, which is good. To make yourself better, you'd improve the length of your stride by stretching your legs during exercises. Never think of the components of functional fitness on their own, because on their own, they aren't worth much. When they work together, they create a strong, sturdy base that you can rely on every single day. Range of motion in your daily life. Range of motion applies to everything you do, though you may not notice it in your daily actions. When you stretch to reach something overhead, when you take a longer stride to step over a puddle, when you kneel down to find something hidden under your bed, they're all examples of range of motion in your life. When you work on your range of motion, you not only work on extending your reach, but also on making it easier for you to reach that far. Think of what happens the further you reach. It'll be easier to run, jump, and walk at a faster pace. You can stretch overhead and below yourself effortlessly. Actions in general become much easier. When you work out, you do actions in a more exaggerated manner than what they really are in real life. This technique ensures that anything you do in your daily routine remains something easily doable rather than a bother that'll hurt your back after doing it. Range of motion isn't something you work on its own. It's interpreted with everything you do in real life and in your workout session. Though you'll find workouts that convey they are primarily range of motion workouts, they'll actually have a secondary focal point that additionally trains your range of motion. The best part about training your range of motion is that it can be as easy as stretching in the morning. After you wake up, roll over to the side of the bed and stretch your arms over your head. Rattle your legs a little bit and arch your back. All of these can help day by day to make you reach a little better than it was yesterday. Have a yoga session. Go out for a run. Doing the smallest of things can help your range of motion. The more you do it, the greater its development. So as long as you endlessly keep at it every day for even 15 minutes, you'll feel and see the difference the next time you reach for the top shelf. Range of motion moves. These actions are better done in between, at the beginning, and in the end of your workout. All of these moves are done better when you hold them for a minimum 20 seconds each. 1. Lunge with a spinal twist. It's the usual lunge with a new twist for you to try out. Once you're in the lunge stance, place one hand down on the floor and the other in the air, twisting your core so that you're facing upwards. Turn between your arms, taking your movements slowly. This helps your core, leg, and arm stretch. All is done in one move, and the longer you hold it, the stronger the burn and the easier it'll be the next time you do it. 2. Butterfly stretch. Rather than stretching your limbs outwards, bring them all inwards so that you're comfortable in closed positions. Sit down and bring your feet together, making them touch each other's soles. Place your right hand on your left shin and your left hand on your right shin. Keep this pose for as long as you can, standard 20 seconds to have the best effect. 3. Seated shoulder squeeze. In this move, you're sitting on the floor quite like how you did in the butterfly stretch, only this time you take your arms to your back and clasp them together. Immediately, you should feel your shoulder bones constraining in the pose. In this video, we'll talk about the fourth component of functional fitness, balance and endurance. Finally, to complete the set of 4, there's the last and final component, balance and endurance. These two work together in all ways and help enhance everything you can do, including the other components mentioned earlier. What is balance and endurance? Balance and endurance both have separate definitions. Balance is defined as your capability to control, handle, and manage your body's movement. There are 2 types of balance to consider, those being your static balance and your dynamic balance. Static balance refers to the balance you must acquire while you're stagnant, completely still. This type of balance is easier to learn to control over your dynamic balance, which is your level of balance when you're mobile. An addition to balance would be coordination, which is a very important theory in fitness. Coordination is the capability to do 2 or more things at once. Move your body in 2 or more different ways with fluency and efficiency. Balance and coordination go hand in hand, and held in your other hand would be endurance. Endurance, which can also be referred to as stamina, is the ability of your muscles and body to remain active during a lengthy period of time. Together, balance and endurance help create a set time limit of how long you can do something. With good balance and standard endurance, you'll be active for a long amount of time. This leads to the final summary of all the components of functional fitness. With the proper amount of strength, you have a solid base to becoming a fit person. Your strength is going to help you withstand all the restraint you'll experience while you're working out. Power is the speed that you can apply to your workouts to handle them quicker and with more force. Power helps build up your strength so that there's more to exert, helping you reach the extra mile. The other way you're going to reach the extra mile is by using your range of motion, which is going to help you reach further in a shorter amount of time. Don't get power and range of motion confused. Power will take you faster, range of motion will take you further. Together, they create a useful duo. Finally, there's your balance and endurance. They're the components that give you a time limit on how long you can last at peak performance. There's a limit to everything, and eventually you'll wear down. Your balance will falter and your breath's harsher and raspier. Put them all together and you have all the pieces to create a perfect, complete puzzle to understanding your maximized personal health. Balance and endurance in your daily life. Balance and endurance keep you running through the day in the most minimal way. They go together as well as rhymes do, harmoniously ensuring that you have the equity and stamina to progress through the events occurring all day, every day. As the saying goes, everything works when there's a balance. The simplest and most relatable example would have to be when going up the stairs. While going up the stairs, each moment you lift your foot is a split second of momentary balance. In this case, you'll also require the stamina to keep going up flights of stairs. With the right amount of stamina, you can make it up the entire staircase, but without it, you'll be wheezing after the 3rd flight. Balance and endurance are actually 2 things you can't notice quite easily. These two attributes keep improving on a daily basis and contracting at the same time. The more you do in one day, the better you'll be tomorrow. The less you do today, the less you'll be able to do tomorrow. If you consistently improve your balance and endurance, you'll consistently get better results. But balance, coordination, and endurance aren't aspects you can simply stop working on. As soon as you find yourself on a suitable level of endurance, you keep at it. Maintain your level and never fall from it. As you get older, it'll be harder to keep one level, so it's better to maintain rather than trying to climb any higher. Just as well, if you stop working on them, your balance and endurance are going to fall by the day. Cleaning, cooking, walking, talking, these are all things that take up your endurance. Running, heaving, any sort of movement with any part of your body all require some balancing effort. Without proper care, walking will become a chore and you'll become lethargic without the right level of stamina. Balance and endurance moves. When it comes to these kinds of workouts, you're easily staring down some balance moves of all shapes and sizes. You can even have a full yoga session once or twice a week to cover this type of workout. 1. One-leg stand. In this workout, you'll be standing with one leg airborne and the other one rooted to the floor. Try holding this pose for as long as you can. At first, you might want to hold onto a wall or chair so you can better adjust to the pose. If your balance is generally not good, then start with your arms stretched outwards for greater balance. If you have better balance, then complicate this easy step by pumping your elevated leg. This way, you can better both your balance and your power with one move. 2. Plyo lunge. In this version of a lunge, every time you bend down over one leg, you're going to jump and swap to the other leg. In this manner, you're going to help enhance your endurance with each swap, imitating the actions you do when running. Plyo lunge is a more intense move than a normal lunge, so please don't try it unless you're comfortable and more than capable of doing a regular lunge first. 3. Straight leg calf raise. With this move, your balance will be intensely tested. Standing on a step or box with your heels hanging over the edge, lift one leg behind yourself. Push your foot up so that you're on your toes. Hold for a few seconds and then come back down. Swap your legs after a few pumps on each foot. This is going to hurt when you do it, but you'll surely have better balance after this.